Okay, hello everybody. So I'm hurting from working out and I'm gonna do a cold bath. Like Wim Hof has popularized, and athletes around the world know the benefit of using cold water as a therapy. So here goes. So I just wanted to show you how cold this is. So here's a thermometer. And it's reading 98 point, so it's reading low right now. Let's put it in my mouth, see what it is. Okay, 97.1. So that's reasonable, a little low, but that's reasonable. Let's see what the water is. Just said low. Yeah, well, there you have it. It's low. So we're gonna go take a cold bath in low temperature water. So here we go. It's pretty cold. Now, I've been doing this a long time, and the thing that I've learned, it's still difficult every time, but that has helped me is how important controlling your breathing rate is to enduring the cold. Now, I wanted to show the exact temperature. I don't have it, but it's in the 40s, I'm sure. It's extremely cold water. We live in Bend, Oregon, so the tap water is, you know, mountain water, so it is cold, don't get it twisted. But the body wants to, if uncontrolled, react in a, like a gasping, you know, reaction that increases the respiratory rate, increases the muscle tightness, and kind of fights the cold in the near term. And it can keep you warm, I suppose, but it makes enduring the cold very much less pleasant. So for me, breathing really intentionally allows me to endure the kind of stinging sensation that the cold often presents. So here we go. No, honestly, once you get past that first kind of pins and needles kind of stinging sensation, it's like a reset for the kinetic chain. Like, it's impossible to have tightness in one place and weakness or like stretch out muscles in another place. Like, everything reacts to the cold. And so it's really good for recovery. You know, it's depressing, in my opinion, in my experience, to work on gaining greater levels of fitness, but deal with the incredible soreness that happens. But with cold and hot, massage, things like CBD, you know, anti-inflammatory, agents, you can really get ahead of it. And so that's why I swear by this stuff. And like, this is not a pleasant temperature water. Like, this is extremely cold. I don't know if it's in the 30s, but it's in the 40s, I would guess for sure. Maybe low 50s, but I mean, this is the kind of water that you dip your toe in if it's like a pool and it's like, no, that's too cold to go in. This is like a proper, you know, ice melt river water. I wish I could get the actual temperature of it. But anyway, it's amazing that your body can acclimate to it. And it really can. 95% of it, I would argue, is controlling the respiratory rate. If you can consciously slow your breathing down, whether it's by holding your breath or just mind over matter, not allowing yourself to start gasping, it allows you to kind of deal with it intentionally as opposed to like reactionarily. One more time underwater. And like, really? Yeah, it's cold to the point of being, you know, uncomfortable. But the thing is, if you train physically, the soreness and, you know, restricted range of motion from tight muscles and, you know, tightness and pain from instability or imbalances in the body is much more depressing than an acute, like, insult to the body, like cold, or like a quick trauma, like, you know, stretching really hard. So one of the things that keeps my mind right is doing stuff like this, cold therapy, because, I mean, I call it cold therapy, you know, whatever you want to call it, cold baths or cryotherapy. That's another one, right, where they do the liquid nitrogen and they put you in a tank and the liquid nitrogen off gases into gaseous nitrogen. It's like negative 200 degrees or whatever, and you just do that for like a minute or two, 3 minutes maybe. But, you know, athletes around the world and people, you know, at high latitudes, whether in the northern or southern hemispheres, are not all wrong. You know, allowing the body to undergo cold immersion is extremely good for your mental health. That's one of the places that I come to this practice from. You know, it's just, it's grueling to want to, you know, I'm 34, in my 30s, you know, get in better and better shape and just deal with how painful that is, you know, after the fact. I can go and kick ass in the moment, but it's the days subsequent that just beat me down. So for mental health, it's incredibly wonderful. Obviously for physical health, you know, the anti-inflammatory properties of cold is really well documented and wonderful. I guess as a subset of physical health, you've got like your endocrine system, your adrenal system, your immune system, right? Your you know, your hormones, your lymphatic system, all these things that are, forget the right word for it, but that have ducts in your body, just like your circulatory system has veins, vessels, arteries, capillaries. You know, your adrenal glands on your kidneys excrete hormones. You know, you have your pituitary gland. You have all of these processes in your body that release chemicals or hormones or enzymes and so forth into the system to make it do what it needs to do. Well, when you do something like cold immersion, you're getting a cycling, a recycling, a resetting of those systems. And it's really good for you, I would argue. Not that I'm making this point, that, you know, the literature's out there. It clears up those pathways, you know. It's a stressor, right? And if we stress ourselves intentionally, we're going to do a lot better in life when stresses come, you know, unexpectedly. So this is one of those great practices to help the body heal itself and evolve in the direction of increased health and well-being. And so I swear by it. And this is my practice. It's no big deal, 5-10 minutes maybe of cold immersion, not allowing myself to start, kind of shivering, or even though that sometimes starts happening unintentionally, or gasping, and just trying to feel my body where it's resistant, and try to just allow that part of my body to relax, whether it's my lower back or my neck or my knees or my hamstrings. Yeah, this is cold immersion. I'm gonna do one more underwater and then probably call it good. And thank you for watching. And you can start out by doing 30-second cold showers at the end of a hot shower, where you're overheated and you've just done your shampooing and soaping or whatever. Just turn that thing as cold as it'll go for 30 seconds. Then make that a goal. And that can be kind of an entry into this kind of practice. And pretty soon, you might find yourself taking cold showers at night because you're a little bit, inflamed from the day, from working out, or just, getting after it. And then you can, try these cold immersion and, just even getting in, going underwater, getting out, and just allowing yourself to be able to do that intentionally. And then you just work up. And it's, it's nothing that is masochistic or counterproductive. This is a practice that is going to increase your well-being. I wouldn't do it if it didn't have that effect on me. So I encourage you to try it, and let me know in the comments if I'm still getting used to this whole YouTube thing. I've kind of been putting content out there because it's a way of getting over my neuroticism, which is kind of the sensitivity to negative emotion. And I feel like if I can express myself honestly, I can allow myself to be less defensive because I'm already out there in cyberspace. So I am interested in having dialogue with as many people as possible about health and well-being. I'm not selling anything. If anything, I just like to create some sense of community and be able to help as many people as I can. I've been through some difficult times in life. I'm 34 years old now, and things are a lot better than they have been. And I'd love to share techniques and practices that I've accumulated over the last, let's say, decade, that have allowed me to continue to kick ass. And of course, one of them is cold therapy. So thanks for watching. Love you guys. Hit me up in the comments, like and subscribe if you dig my content. I'm gonna keep it coming. Health and well-being, simple enough theme. I put on my skiing videos, some podcasts, and I'll catch you next time.